Hi everyone, I am Dr. Priyanka MG. Today I am going to talk about a famous Kannada poet of 10th century AD, that is Pampa. He is a poet of 10th century AD and he was born in Veluvada of South Indian state of Andhra Pradesh. He is contemporary of another two famous poets, namely Ranna and Ponna. They were together known as Ratnatraya, which means three gems. He is regarded as one of the greatest poets of Kannada literature and is proudly remembered even today. Pampa was writing his works in Kannada when the Chalukyas of Badami were ruling in that area. Pampa is also popularly known as Adi Pampa. It is believed that he was born in 902 AD. Pampa was the poet in the court of ruler named Arikesari of Rashtrakuta factory. The two great compositions of Pampa are Adi Purana and Vikramarjuna Vijaya, which is well known as Pampa Bharata in 942 AD. He wrote them when he was only 39 years old. Pampa's father, Abhiramadevaraya, converted to Jainism from originally being a Brahman, and thus Pampa continued to be a staunch follower of Jainism all through his life. According to his younger brother Jinavallabha's Gangadharam inscriptions, his father was also known as Bhimappaya and his mother's name was Abbanabbe, who hailed from Annigiri, a part of the Kannada, that is from Karnataka. Adi Purana is a composition of Pampa which describes about his history of first of the 24 Jaina Tirthankaras named Rishabha or Vrishabha. He is considered as the Adikavi or first poet of Kannada, that is in Kannada literature. The Pampa Bharata is the composition by the poet Pampa, which got him the great recognition as poet. This was a writing which was based on the reduced version of Vyasa Mahabharata. The writing of Pampa brought Mahabharata within the reach of all people of ancient Karnataka area. That is, Pampa also tried to immortalize his king Arikesari. In this work, by identifying him with the hero of the epic Arjuna. In this reduced form of Mahabharata, Pampa has not left out any major incident and has also brought the essential traits of all the characters of the epic in this. His Pampa Bharata is not a mere translation but has much originally in it, which shows the imagination and talent of his versatile poet. In all his writing, the love for his homeland, the ancient Karnataka, is quite visible there. Pampa was also well enough in Sanskrit writings. Today, I would like to go inside and brief about Vikramarjuna Vijaya. It is also known as Pampa Bharata. It is a Kannada version of the great epic. Pampa chose the Arjuna the central figure of Pandava clan. One of them being Arjuna crowned the king, Subhadra the queen. He is most known for his epics. The works of Jain writers Adhikavi, Pampa, Sri Ponna and Ranna, collectively called the three gems of Kannada literature, that is Ratnatrayas, heralded the age of classical Kannada in the 10th century, the medieval Kannada literature. Vikramarjuna Vijaya is a 10th century work of Adi Pampa. This work is not an abridged version of Vyasa's Mahabharata. The less dominant and Machiavellian role given to Krishna is a major change. Pampa was the court poet of Chalukya king Arikesari. The work requires a historical significance because of the equation made by the poet between Arjuna and Arikesari, his patron king belonging to the Ganga dynasty. This work was trend-setting in Kannada both in terms of subject and the form. I just wanted to introduce our famous and the first Adi Kavi Pampa, and I was really glad to talk about Pampa. He is the beginner of our Kannada literature. Thank you for watching.